What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and we have really not had a huge amount to talk about in the new Konosuba game in quite a bit of time. They have done a soft release. They've got it out in Australia. I believe that's still the only market it's out in, even though, unless I'm mistaken, I believe Nexon is the worldwide distributor with the exception of the Chinese version and the original Japanese version. So we're in a really weird state with the game. Plus, if you guys remember, back, almost a month ago at this point, we got notification that the quartz consumption system was really weird, and that your paid quartz was used before your free-to-play quartz. Now, this is a massive problem. I kind of showed you guys a video of how this works. Basically, if you buy any level of quartz, let's say you've been farming quartz, you've been holding on to quartz, you got like 8,000 quartz, you're just chilling, you're waiting to do some summons, right? But then you go buy like, I don't know, 100 quartz or so. It's going to use all of that purchased quartz before it uses the free stuff. And considering there are paid-only banners in the game, anytime you go to summon on a banner that could use your free-to-play quartz, basically, it's robbing you of your ability to do the paid banners later on down the road. It's a massive problem. Massive problem. We did a whole video on it. Well, the good news is, this seems to be repaired. This comes from the official Discord. Notice, quartz consumption system change. Adventurers, we received your opinions and feedback about the quartz consumption system. That's a bit of an understatement, because people hit them up left, right, and center. Like, their Twitter, every single post was just flooded with, when are you going to fix the quartz system? It was wild. Absolutely wild. Okay? After thorough discussion regarding the matter, our team has decided to reflect upon your opinions and feedback by changing our system for free quartz to be consumed before your paid quartz. In other words, on free banners, just like most other games out there, it's going to consume your free quartz, and then if there's any like deficit, it'll use your paid quartz. And frankly, that's the way it should be. It should always be that way. Your free-to-play quartz should be prominent on any banner that can utilize it. Because, let's face it, when you put paid quartz in there, it's like a bank. You'd like for it to be like held and kind of withdrawn when you say it should be withdrawn, not just completely at random. So this is a massive, massive, massive change. To provide a stable service, we plan to change the system in 2 to 3 weeks after thoroughly testing the system change. So it's not implemented yet. It is coming. Here's the interesting part to this. We have yet to get the release in the United States. In fact, unless I'm mistaken, I believe the Australian version currently is the only sandbox that's open for this. So obviously they're going to try to like roll this out to all the other versions. This does mean, and I speculated that we would probably get the version here. I think they dropped the 7th of July. I could be wrong on that, but it was like early July they dropped the Australian version. I said within 2 to 4 weeks we should have the US version, maybe even as much as a month. Well, I think this is actually going to push that out. I think they're going to delay the launch until this is rectified, just because of how vocal literally every market's been on this. There's no point in them dropping the game while they're still fixing such a major change. Now, they could, but I kind of get the feeling they, considering, and I'm not going to name the game, but we've seen another game with a really atrocious launch. Game with an incredible amount of potential, whose launch was just so absolutely atrocious, it pretty much killed the game in like 2 weeks. I don't think they really want to risk that. So, fingers crossed, they resolve this and then they drop the global version, or the US version. Maybe they'll drop it sooner. I don't know, we'll see. I know all of us are itching to play the game. We all want to get in there and play the game and just get our fingers in there. But I honestly think this is going to be another 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to have to wait for it, unfortunately. Could be wrong, but that's kind of my speculation. We need to ensure that we thoroughly test the change in various situations and that the change is applied properly. Hence, we ask for your understanding, as we cannot immediately change the system. That's understandable. Like, it's a whole source code change. It's gonna take some time. Rewards are stamina beef times 10, 500,000 Eris, and 50 skip tickets. So, fantastic rewards. The downside of that is I don't think those rewards are going to come to the US version. And once again here it says, the rewards will be available from August 3rd to August 18th. Now, honestly, that's a big amount of time. I would say expect after the 18th for the US version to drop. I know it sucks. But do you really think they want to give all this like right at the beginning of the game? It doesn't bode well. It doesn't look good. And since it's coded in the worldwide version, then, like I said, they're probably going to put the brakes on the US version. So that super sucks. But this is, good news. They fixed the biggest problem with the game. And honestly, from what I understand, this is the biggest problem with the game. And while it is a massive problem, as far as launches go, this could be a hell of a lot worse. And this proves that they're paying attention. This bodes incredibly well for the life of the game. So a lot of you guys that were worried about Nexon maybe kind of like coming out of the gate with a cash grab. This was not like a good, a very good example of that. And then maybe getting their mitts in there, getting it all done, letting the game die, and then, just letting it fall to pieces over the next year before they cancel it. This kind of looks like they care. Like, to me, this says Nexon is paying attention. They know how many people... I mean, we have over 1 million pre-registrations, like 1.1 million at this point, pre-regis on the game. So they know that if they botch the launch, they have nothing but a loss on their hands. If they at least nail this launch, then they're going to get a good, at least, head start on this. It's a great franchise. It's, from what I understand, a really stellar game. And I'm looking forward to it. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Are you looking forward to it? Do you think this actually is proof that Nexon is paying attention? I think it is. I think this is an incredibly positive thing for the overall gameplay. And if you're not part of their Discord, I'll put a link in the description. Of course, there will be my Discord, and then there will be the Discord for Konosuba. But remember, like, while we are not releasing a huge amount of content on this, there unfortunately isn't a massive amount of content to release. But as I promised, when there is news, I'll be here to cover it. Guys, make sure you hit that little thumbs up button if you're excited for the game. I'm stoked. I love the way this looks. And while this does probably mean we have to wait another 2 to 3 weeks, it also means we're not going to have a broken game at launch, at least best we can tell. So that's great news, guys. It's just great news all around. I know it sucks we have to wait, but I think, honestly, it's for the better. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll be back with more Konosuba when we have more news. Which hopefully it'll all be good. I'm hoping for more great news. And then, of course, when it launches, you guys will be the first to know.